Dancing since 1974 and a protege of Bayard Nicholas of the Nicholas Brothers, Chester has been dancing his way around the world. These days, he's a dancer, teacher, performer, choreographer, director, stuntman, and entertainer. His choreography can be seen in music videos for Boyz II Men, Sugar Ray, Tina Marie, as well as working with artists such as Savion Glover, MC Hammer, Prince, and many more. Also a highly renowned drummer and band leader, he has worked with some of the best in the entertainment industry. He has performed with his dance company, Black Ballet Jazz, with the Lionel Hampton Orchestra, the Duke Ellington Orchestra, the Count Basie Orchestra, and the great Miles Davis. Chester exudes boundless positive energy and passion for dance and is a born entertainer. His contributions have been far too many to name them all. He can only be seen to be believed. And today, in Dance in America, we have the pleasure to introduce you to the one and only Chester Whitmore. All right, so let me introduce you to everyone. I am very excited because you're actually our first guest in Dance in America. Dance in America is a platform to share the world of dance in America in North, Central, South America. So from the Americas to the world. Yes, and you are my first guest today. And I just want to talk to you like the way we have always been, that relationship, like father and daughter type of relationship that we have. Yeah. I want people to know a little bit more about you. So I want to ask you, how did you become a dancer? How did you get started in this amazing world of dance?
The amazing world of dance.
Yes.
It was an accident. It's an accident, a big accident. Yes, it was. I'm telling you. I was not supposed to be a dancer.
So what were you supposed to be?
I'm a filmmaker. I'm a writer. I'm an artist. I draw. I create stories and make things happen. But I'm a filmmaker. Right? I'm a filmmaker.
But you were a creator from the beginning then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
and so how did you end up being in the dance room, in the classroom, in the dance classroom? How did that happen then as an accident?
Well, being a filmmaker, I was taking film classes at Hollywood, Barnsdale Park.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and you had to learn all elements of film. Now, you got to remember that in those days, it was not digital film.
Okay.
It was Super 8 film, 16, and I had to learn how to cut it and edit it on a Moviola and everything else. And we had to learn about comedy, drama, horror, documentaries. So our teacher was named Mr. Hugh McKay, and it was about 11 of us. And he said, "Let me tell you something. I have this ballet company coming in, and they need a documentary."
Okay.
So I was one of the cameramen. I was researching them. So I came in, and I had to look at the ballet people do their thing and everything else. Like, oh, this is nice. This is good. And I said, in order to be a good journalist and a good documentation,
yes,
I wanted to experience it. I said,
of
well, let me do
course.
some of this ballet. Let me get in here and try to do this ballet. And the guy said, hey, you're pretty good. You should try do some styles of dance. What style of dance you like? I said, I like dancing. I like watching people dance. I would never think of me as a dancer.
As a dancer. Wow.
But I said, style of dancing, I like the old movies. He said, oh, what kind? You know, like those Fred Astaire,
Yes,
Bill Robinson,
yes.
all the beautiful stuff like that. He said, they don't do that style of dancing now.
Oh, wow.
Now, you got to realize this is like in the late 60s,
Okay,
70s.
okay.
That time, this type of music that was out was
Disco.
Motown. Yeah, no, disco's 70s.
70s, okay, so it was Motown.
We talk about the soul. Standing in the shadow, my girl, my girl. Okay, that type of thing. So anyhow, so I said, I want to learn that style of dance. He said, why don't you just do the dances of today? I said, they're good, but the older style of dancing was something I wanted to learn. So I
Okay.
started looking at books, researching books,
Okay.
books, and the different cultures and stuff. And then the Afro American style of dancing was called the vernacular form of dancing.
Okay.
And
Mm-hmm.
it came from a lot of the different islands and the different things that came down.
Yes.
And again, it came to America, and then and the jazz came out. And I was reading about all these different people, and then the tap came in. That's oh wow, rhythmic, all the drums and stuff,
Oh
the rhythmic
wow.
stuff.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we put it down to your feet. So I said, okay, I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna learn how to we're gonna take some tapping. And I took this tap class, but the tap class was nothing like those old movies. It was,
Okay.
it was like those little, and then I said, so, oh, well, I got to take something. I got to learn something,
Of course.
So anyhow, one of my friends, a young lady named Angela McIntosh,
Mm-hmm.
she said, I know you're looking for this is old guy at a place called the Inner City Cultural Center.
Okay.
He's there Wednesday nights. If you could catch him, he'll teach you how to dance. I said, okay. So I had my little bicycle, had
Mm-hmm.
my little tap shoes on, and went to the place, and he didn't show up at the class.
Oh wow.
He wasn't there. I said, oh man. So I rolled my way back, and it was going down people. And this traffic was going by. And there's this guy up there trying to put the car tire, had a flat
Okay.
tire, and nobody was helping this guy
Oh.
in the traffic. So I said, let me just see if I can help this old man.
Uh-huh.
I drove up, got up there, and said, you need some help? He said, oh yeah, I need some help. So I started
Mm-hmm.
putting the tire on real quick, and he looked on my handlebars and saw,
Uh-huh.
oh, you're a huffer. I said, what?
Oh.
A huffer? What's a huffer? A huffer is a dancer. I thought he was calling me a hooker or something
Yes,
like
that's what I was gonna say.
that. I said, no, I'm not that. so he said, no, a hooker means a dancer.
A
Every time he
dancer.
said,
Oh wow.
and you're a tap dancer. I said, yeah. He said, I tap dance. And I'm going like,
Oh.
yeah, sure you do.
Mm-hmm.
He said,
Mm-hmm.
look, if you want to learn, here's my card. He gave me a card.
Okay.
And he said, come by and I'll teach you. I said, okay. So during that time, some days go by and I'm still researching and looking at things and trying to look for all the
Mm-hmm.
old movies. And my mother said, you know what? Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
You know what you should do? I said, what's that? You should take that man's offer up. I said, really?
Oh.
Yes. Well, I said, okay. So I said, what I got to lose? I'm getting
Yeah, yeah.
frustrated anyway. So I go over his house, knock on the door, and he opens the door. Hey, how you doing? I said, I'm doing fine. He said, come on in. Let me see what you got. I said,
Wow.
okay. And
Okay.
he pulls the rug open, and he says, show me what you got. So I put my shoes on. I thought I was really hot stuff then.
Oh.
I thought I was the main stuff. I thought it was cool. I had it going on. I got up there and said,
Uh-huh.
he looked at me like, okay, try this. And he got on the floor, and
Uh-huh.
his feet was everywhere.
Oh my goodness.
Bam! I said, wow. I said,
Wow.
mine don't look like yours. He said, if you want to dance and really want it bad enough, you have to understand it and explore it. If you want
Of
it, I
course.
will teach it to you.
Oh
And
wow.
that was the beginning of a friendship. Now, not to notice, but this gentleman himself,
Uh,
I mean, he wound up to be the same guy I was looking for at the school that
and this
didn't
it
make
was
it.
the guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
his car broke down and that's why he was not there. Wow.
yeah. So then I was with him for 2 years and a half. He was the first
Oh.
one to give me my first job. Wednesday nights we would start class at 5 o'clock, get out at 1. We would stab our tap shoes on for 7 hours and just dance.
Wow, Chester, that's
And he would,
amazing.
but I didn't know who he was though.
Okay.
This is the
Uh-huh.
crazy part. I didn't know
Uh-huh.
who this man was. So late at night, I was watching this movie. Now you got to realize in the 1960s, late 60s and stuff, not too many Afro Americans were on
Yeah.
televisions and
Yeah,
stuff
of course.
at
Yeah.
that time. So I looked at this movie and I said, "Oh, that's that guy that danced with Shirley Temple."
Oh
Oh,
my
and he was
God.
dancing. I'm going, "Oh, this is good." And then all of a sudden, I seen the guy go, Heidi, 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 oh.
Oh, oh.
And I'm reading this, my book and looking, that's Fats Waller, that's Bill Robinson. And then at the end, these two guys come out,
Yeah.
flying and flipping and
Yeah,
going down
yeah,
these
yeah,
giant
yeah.
steps. I said, oh,
That
I
was
never seen
him.
them. It was him.
Oh my God.
It
You
was
were
him.
learning from one of the masters
And I didn't know it.
and you had no idea.
No.
Oh my God,
But
Chester.
but from him, he introduced me to a lot of
To
dancing.
a lot of
Then
things.
that's when they called me the throw around kid. The throw around kid. You know what the throw around kid means? That
No.
means you learn from a group of people, and if you see, they said, "Well, how much more you want to learn?" I want to learn a lot.
Yes.
So I learned from Clarence Landry. He
Wow.
was my second teacher. First
Okay.
teacher was Fayard Nicholas.
Okay.
Second one, Clarence Landry.
Okay.
Third one, acrobatic steps. I learned from Argelia Thompson.
Wow.
My comedy steps I learned from a gentleman named Esmond Mosby, head of the Three Chocolatiers. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. And then after that, he introduced me to a young lady named Frances Nealing. She started showing me chorus girl steps,
Okay.
all the chorus girl steps. Then I have to
Nice.
learn Afro-Cuban, believe it or not. I did
Wow.
Afro-Cuban. I did that.
Uh-huh.
I did it with a gentleman named Carlos Fouché.
Oh, wow.
He was had the Fouché dances, and I learned with that. Hit
Wow.
rolls, hit
Yeah,
rolls, and
yeah. Oh my
everything barefooted. And then I went to St. Louis and worked with Dunham that
Dunham
technique,
technique. Yeah.
Catherine Dunham.
Wow.
Yeah, then I left from there, and I learned from the legendary John Bubbles, rhythm
Okay.
dancing, tap
Oh my
dancing.
gosh.
Then I left from there, and I learned coordinated how to work with music and musicians and dancers from the one and only Leonard Reed, who created the Shim Shan
Wow.
Shimmy. I
Yeah.
mean, that's just some of the people, but
Oh my God.
I had
You
people
had an
that was in them, just
amazing
people,
training.
and that was my training before I even got in college, before I even got in college. Then and
Wow.
I started to take choreography class, but by that time I got in choreography class,
Uh-huh.
I was learning already how to move bodies. I had to learn how to move bodies around. You have to learn how to,
Yeah, yeah.
if it's a trio, it's a duet, it's
Do
a
it.
pas de
Yeah.
deux,
Exactly.
and breaking down the elements of music. So that
Oh,
those
wow.
are things,
Those
you
are
know,
the things. Wow. So you were doing it almost simultaneously, dancing and choreographing,
at the same time.
both at the same time. And
Mhm.
let me ask you, which one do you enjoy most? Or is it the same? Do you enjoy more being a choreographer, or do you enjoy more being a dancer, or do you feel that you enjoy them
Well,
the same?
being a dancer is always going to be a thrill.
Yeah.
You can't, you're in that element of being
Yeah.
a dancer. You're
Yeah.
in that moment. You're in that
Mm-hmm.
moment. You could be a different character. You could be
Yeah.
who you want to be. You can
Yeah.
explore, and
Mm-hmm.
it opens your minds up. Being a choreographer, it stretches out. It's like, to me, it's like some people make it seem like playing chess or
Yes.
checkers or whatever chess.
Yes. Yes.
To me, when I hear music and I see bodies of people moving, they're like music. I make the music come to life. The
Yeah.
bodies are the musical notes.
Oh,
I
that's
make the
beautiful.
bodies the musical notes. They move around. And then I have ways of doing things. I can make them move with the music,
Mm-hmm.
or I could take the composer and listen to the story he or she have created. I said,
Mm-hmm.
let me make her story come to life. Then I
No,
can start making the story out of a dance.
of
Or if
course.
like a great song, I might hear a
Mm-hmm.
beautiful song, um, and they don't have a story to it. So
Yeah.
it gives me a chance to explore, make my
Explore.
imagination, and
Yeah.
then I can take bodies and move it and make dimensions and make
Oh,
figures and shapes and
yeah.
stuff.
Oh,
So
that's
those are things.
beautiful. Well, I know a lot of people have this question because, like I have Dance for You, and people are always wondering. So this is my chance to ask you what everybody's always wondering, and is how do you prepare for a show or for an upcoming performance? How do you prepare? Like, what are your rituals? Do you change your diet? Do you go through like
I'm so skinny, I can't change no diet.
I know, but I mean, in the sense, like, what do you do? Because we all have moments when we're just maybe training and we're not performing, and then the hecticness of the performances come around, and we have, you know, several shows. So
Yeah.
how do you prepare when you know, let's say you're performing in a month from today at a big venue? What do you change your lifestyle?
Yeah. I have
Okay.
to change. Number one is it depends on the element of the show.
Okay.
If it's a dance concert,
Mm-hmm.
it's if it's a full length performance, like some performances. If I'm just dancing in a company, I know I have to. My job is to maintain the company as one of the dancers and don't let them down. I'm part of the
Mm-hmm.
ensemble. I have to make,
Yes.
and I have to know my choreography. I
Yeah,
have to
of
know it.
course.
I want to know it as much as possible that I don't have to think about it.
Yes.
It has to be second nature
Mm-hmm.
because when you get on a different atmosphere of a stage or so, it has to be automatic. And
Mm-hmm.
anything can
Yes.
happen to you on that
Oh yeah,
stage.
absolutely.
So I want to be prepared if something did happen, I can recuperate and jump back and get back on the rhythm or that thing. If I'm doing a show like some shows that I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
by myself, or it depends. I train the old way. I train the old way. I might have to do um, if I'm in a solo. Solos can go from anything from 3 minutes to eight
Mm-hmm.
minutes to 15 minutes. So I
Wow.
have to have my stamina.
Your stamina. How do you prepare your stamina? Is there something that you do for that?
Yeah. Okay. Like one of the shows. Remember the show we did?
At the
The
fort.
the the, the Ford. That was
Yes.
two and a half hours, and I know
Mm-hmm.
majority of that is on me. I
Yes, it
mean,
was. Yes.
yeah, it was everything, and everybody was like, "Well, what more can he do?" I thought it was over, you know. So I had to work on, okay, what am I going to do the first 15 minutes? So I just concentrate the first 2 or 3 days for 8 hours on just that 15 minutes,
Okay.
and I just do it over
I
and
know.
over. If I'm going to okay, I'm going to do a dance. If I got to come in with an opening number, and if it has to be fast, it's going to be, and I see how tired I'm going to be, I go, ooh, that one took a lot of wind out of me.
Yes, yes.
I said, I'm going to have to build my wind up. So I would do that for 2 or 3 days, just that whole 15 minutes,
Repeat it.
over and over. Then the next 2 or 3 days, I do the second 15 minutes. If it's a
Okay.
song, or if I'm playing an instrument, or if I'm
Yes.
doing another style of
Whichever,
dance,
yeah.
and I do that.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's a whole week. Then
Wow.
the beginning of the week, the
Mm-hmm.
next 2 or 3 days, I put those two 15 minutes together.
Uh-huh.
Now it's 30 minutes. So
Yeah,
now
yeah,
I
yeah.
feel my endurance. Okay, I feel good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not winded. And then the next 3 days, I add the next 15 minutes, and I had 45 or at least 55 minutes. And I keep adding. So
Mm-hmm.
within that 2 or 3 week phase. And then I work on act two the same way.
Okay.
Because you got to realize being a performer, a dancer, a singer, dancer, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever you do,
Yes.
you got to realize the dance is one thing, and it's got to sell the dance. You as a performer has to be at the peak, your best of your ability.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, People say some people to perform, I'll just do that. The audience won't. No. Don't. Number one rule: don't never play your audience cheap.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't play your audience cheap. Not unless you're in a
Course.
bar. Now, if they're in a bar, they're drinking. Oh, let them drink about 5 drinks. Then no matter what you do up there, you're gonna look good anyway. Till they because they be
Yeah.
they're gonna look good anyway. Oh, that was
It's true.
good. Yeah. Now you can get away in a bar. No,
Of
but
course.
no. But if you're dancing for people, you have to be at your peak because if the ticket's gonna be that much and people complaining and
Oh, yeah.
oh, the audience is audience can either make you
Or
or
break
break
you.
you,
Yeah.
and you have to be on top of it. You
Well,
want
I
them to say,
always I always remember you gave me great advice a few years ago, and that was that to always be prepared, to always be in shape, because you never know when you get a call to perform at the last moment, and sometimes
right
you're
at the
not gonna
last
have,
moment.
and you don't have time to, to get back in shape, or to, because a lot some,
Oh yeah,
there are people out there that they just wait for the next gig,
that's
especially
it. They
here in
wait for
LA,
that's it.
and
But if you
then they get out of shape, and then they have to get back in shape, and that's not a good thing. You have to always be on your toes, because you never know.
want to be on top of it at
On
all time, at
all the
all
time.
time. I mean,
Exactly.
I knew one time I was working. Um, we had 4 gigs in one day,
Oh my God.
and they were close. I remember when we did Ron's um, Dance in America.
Yes, History of
Okay,
Black Dance in
okay,
America.
okay. We were at the one, where was that? In Santa Monica. We were in
The
Santa
Santa
Monica.
Monica Women's Club. Yeah, yeah.
Right. Okay. The one of the second nights I had to do that night, and then remember, have you remember at the end of the show, the curtain call,
Yes.
everybody came out, but I was not there.
Yes, you were not there. I
I
remember
was in
that.
San Francisco.
That's right. You took
And
off. Yes.
right, so the show started at 8. I knew I had the numbers I had to do,
Yes.
and then I took off. My plane was leaving. My plane was leaving at 9:45.
Yes.
Okay, so as soon as I got to the intermission, da 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 da,
Uh,
grabbed my bag, took off. 30 minutes to get to the airport. Got
yes.
on the plane. Took 45 minutes to get there. Now, during that 45 minutes, you guys were having 15-minute intermission.
Yes.
The next, and then you guys were back on. So when
Yes.
you guys were back on,
You were on a plane.
I was got off the plane of San Francisco, driving down to the next place, which was started at 11
Oh
11:30.
wow.
The
That's
show started at
amazing.
11:30.
That's
So when
amazing.
I got up 11:30, I got give me the phone, do, and I'm listening to you, and you guys were just getting ready to do the curtain call.
Oh
And
wow,
that's how I
Chester.
said, put it on the phone. I said, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to the show. Where's he at? No, he's in San Francisco.
Yes,
So
I
and
remember.
I had nothing but the time. The band was playing, and I
Yeah,
just
yeah.
walked on the stage, and I had to do
And
it.
you were ready to go. Yeah, that's the way to do it. It's true.
So you got
One of the best advices I've ever gotten.
be ready always.
Yes. So how does Chester deal with insecurity? Do you have any insecurities?
I'm always insecure. I'm always insecure with myself.
How do you deal with
No,
that?
no, no. You know,
Chester.
I can't go on tonight. Oh
Ah!
my God. Oh my God. Okay, but okay, no. No, but
Do you have insecurities? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't even know. I just said that. That's an interesting question. Insecure.
Mm.
Insecure. I know. You know what? I think maybe when I first started, I might have, because I never did think about going on
Uh-huh.
stage. You got to go out on stage. I mean, if I was with a bunch of people, yeah, I got up there. Yeah, yeah. And then
Yeah.
suddenly my older teacher said, now you go up there by yourself or do a solo.
Mhm.
Oh, what I'm going to do? You know enough.
Yeah.
Just go out there and do it.
Yeah.
I
Uh,
can't do
uh,
no, you know, nothing. You going out there now. And
yeah.
they throw me out. And so I'm like out there in the spotlight, go, choo. And I
Yeah.
go, I'm gonna do? What I'm gonna? No, no. But no, I think probably in those days early.
Yes.
But I find out if you take that energy
Yes.
and convert it into your, and then I noticed that I said, wow, I could create stuff right here, right on the spot, and I could,
Yeah.
long as it's moving to creatively, and you begin to acknowledge insecurities. Not really. You think about a lot of stuff, and that's why you rehearse. You
Mhm.
rehearse it so much, so even if a mistake did come, you know how to recover.
You know how to
You
recover.
know,
Yes.
but I always remember when that music hits, and that's for me to get out there. I had to change the nervousness, the
Yes.
insecurity, into uh, a creative force. It's got to be part of your art. That
Mm-hmm.
has to change. And you have to learn how to make it change. And you begin to know more about yourself. You begin to know, oh, I can handle this, or I can't handle it, or I know.
Oh.
But whatever it is,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to learn a lot. And
Yeah.
then you know how to form it and shape it into what you need to do
Oh,
yourself
that's
to the
so
best
good
way.
that you say that. I think it's so important for dancers to know that you need to get to know yourself so that you're
Mm-hmm.
always work. If you know yourself and you're always working on yourself, then you're prepared because then
Yeah.
you know what your weaknesses are, what your strengths are, and then yeah,
You're straight, and believe me, you will learn a lot of stuff about yourself. You'll say, I didn't even know I can do that. Oh,
yeah,
okay, like there was certain things I do. I mean, I do a lot of. Everybody notice I do a lot of uh, things that are very super fast, or certain
yes,
things that are exciting. Ah, whoa,
yeah,
whoa,
yeah,
whoa, 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 whoa. And I think, but that type of stuff is unique. Um, because I could hear things fast. I listen to things fast, and I can
Yes.
move things, and I push the limit, and the audience would go, "Oh my God, they're moving so fast! The
Yes.
rhythmic thing
Yes.
is moving." But I did discover one thing. One of my instructors said, "I want you to do this blues number. I want you to do a number more slow, pas de deux, and I want you to understand things." Then that opened my. I said, "Well, my."
Hmm.
Some people call it your third eye, or
Oh,
sometimes your
okay.
ear,
Okay.
or your ear, or your shaka up, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yes.
I mean, it opens up,
Yeah.
and that was another. That's another type of experience that I had to go through. I said, that's interesting. I'm starting hearing ballads. I could hear
Yeah.
ballads. I could hear different sounds. I could start seeing things, and then to start picturing things. If it, uh, songs that are more fluent or
Hmm.
slower, but also making them move as an entertaining factor. Just because it's slow doesn't have to
Hmm.
be. People say, "Oh, that's slow. It's gonna be boring."
Yeah. Yeah.
No, 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 no. It's how you do it,
It's how you do it.
and
Exactly.
what do you want that audience to concentrate? It could be a
Hmm.
concentrate on an arm
Hmm.
movement. It could be very relaxed, or it could be moving in a certain pattern. It's
Yeah.
how you position your body.
Yes.
It could be a lift, it could be anything. But
Hmm.
if it flows, and
Yeah.
especially if you got the audience into
Hmm.
a dream state,
Yes.
that's good.
Absolutely.
It could be,
Absolutely.
stuff. Some things could There's so much stuff out there you can do. And I just had to discover. I said, oh, wow, I'm pretty good in doing these slow numbers as well as better than the fast ones. I said, hmm. I said, let me start doing some ballads right now. Let me start writing some ballads. So
Nice. Oh,
so I started creating ballads, and and and
uh-huh.
and, and taking certain songs that certain people we used to listen to. Oh, I love that way, that way. You know,
Mhm.
just
Absolutely.
beautiful. You know what I used to like? What song I really like? And
Uh-huh.
and what's the song? What's the 6/8 rhythm? Oh, the bolero,
Oh,
the
uh-huh.
song bolero.
Yeah,
I used
yeah.
to listen to it. Do da da da
Dun,
da
dun,
da
dun,
da
dun,
da da da
dun,
da da
dun,
da da
dun,
da da da
dun.
da 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 da
Exactly.
da 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 da. And I'm listening to this melody,
Ah,
da
it's
da
so
da da. And
beautiful.
I said, wow. Then each time it comes back, it layers more and more
There's so
symphonic
many
stuff.
layers to
And I
it.
said, how would I do that as an act? Because it repeats and repeats.
Yeah.
How would I do that to make it interesting?
Interesting.
So I
Yeah.
said, I got it. I started off like this.
Uh-huh.
Curtains close,
Yes.
and the first thing you hear is,
Mm-hmm.
and then all you see is one beam of light comes down
Oh,
off of a red curtain,
oh, that's beautiful.
ruby red curtain,
Curtain.
a real
Uh-huh.
pin light, and it's on the right side of the stage, and all
Uh-huh.
of a sudden you see this toy ballerina. They like these
Oh,
flamingo, but they're like a ballerina. They ding, ding, it's turning. Ding, 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 ding. Dee, 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 dee,
oh,
dee, dee,
that's
and it's turning,
beautiful.
ding, and it's moving. So
Uh-huh.
it's an element. It's turning around, and
Yeah.
it wow, ding, 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 ding. And so
Uh-huh.
the audience is like, wow, that's a toy thing. Ding. And then all of a sudden the curtains open, ding, da, 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 and it's the same toy but life size, and
Oh,
they're turning the same time.
oh, that's beautiful.
And they come there and they turn, and then they turn the light, and they turn
Yes.
the light, and then all of a sudden the stage start lighting up, and then you start
Mhm.
and you build up from there like that.
Oh,
You know,
that's such a beautiful idea.
just
Oh,
fun stuff.
Chester, I love it. Yes, and so many companies have done that's such a big piece of the repertoire. That particular piece of music.
Yeah,
Because I think everybody it's so powerful and with so many layers and sounds to it. Like
yeah,
you say, it just keeps repeating, but it keeps expanding at the same time.
yeah. I said,
Yeah,
man,
so it's beautiful. Talking about performances, is there what is like your most memorable performance or dance event of your career? Like the one that you can think is like the one that has defined you or has really had an impact on you? Like what is the one performance?
I can't say. because there's all different. They're different. You know, they're
Is there
different.
one maybe because of the partner you had or the musicians?
No, that's interesting. I noticed I adapt. All the partners were very fun. They all had their
Okay.
own special. They all had special talent. They were great partners, and they did exactly what that fit the music.
Yes.
That's the cool thing about it. They fit the music and relate. There was so many different ones. I said, you know, and they acknowledge. God, it was. Ooh, you made my brain think. No, there are. They are. I mean, there was
Yes.
people. If I go way back, there was a girl. Okay, for us tap dancing, it would have been Martha Gooden. There's Michelle Cole, Stephanie. Uh, these are, I mean, tap dance, and there's a lot of tap dancers. I mean, these are ones when I was dancing. Then there's other ones that came a little later. There's
Yes,
some other
yes.
ones that came out later. You know, your friend, Jackson. You know, what's her name? Jackson. She would they dance with us. Oh my
Kristen,
God,
Kristen.
Christian
Yes.
Jackson. Christian Jackson was one. There is oh my God, there's numerous. I mean, there's a lot of them. You got to excuse me if my brain goes my
Oh,
brain fart.
it's
I
fine,
dance with
Chester.
you. I dance with you.
Yes,
You know
yes.
what I mean?
Yes.
But I'm just saying. There's
They're
a
all
lot of them.
special. Yes.
They're all special.
Special.
I
Yeah.
just did one. Uh, um, right. Oh, you know, overseas, there's one. A young lady, Malou.
Yes.
Malou, remember Malou?
Yes, of
Malou.
course.
She Malou. I danced with Malou.
Oh,
Oh God,
Chester.
there's numerous of us. There's so many
Yeah,
different
so I
ones.
mean, your dance career has been so memorable and so beautiful that I can just see why, like, it's actually the entire career that would be just incredible.
Yeah. I'll make an album with all of them in there one day. Don't put everybody on there and say, look, now you'll see why I dance with these people. Oh, look at
Yes.
this. Oh, look
Well,
at that.
and now changing from most memorable, is there somebody that has had a big impact on you, like a mentor or someone that you can say, oh my God, this person just really I had a great impact?
All of those people were like family.
Oh,
I
okay.
had to admit they all were family. Some more than others, but I mean, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just saying, but a lot of them were definitely like that. I would say Fayard was definitely the starter.
The starter.
He was like the bam spark that and
Mm,
made me really
yeah.
get on it.
The spark, yeah.
I have to say definitely Clarence Landry. Clarence
Okay.
Landry he kept my brain straight. I mean, you know how you can have a teacher and being in a business like this, you
Mm-hmm.
know, it's a good business and it's a bad business. There's the
Yes,
good
yes.
side of show
And
business and
there's
the
the
bad
bad
side.
side, yeah.
And you know, they kept me straight. They
They
kept me
kept you.
away
Oh,
from
that's
that.
so.
They kept me away from it. You know,
Yeah,
cause I knew some guys that I could have hung out with, but it would have been no good.
it would have been no
You
good for
know,
you.
and then
Yeah,
I had to really say to myself, what do you want to be? How you want to be? You want to be longevity? You want to be in
yeah,
this business a long time? So I'm glad. I'm glad they put their foot up my behind and made me uh,
yeah.
definitely. Leonard Reed, definitely.
Oh.
Leonard Reed, he's definitely that kept me. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Leonard kept my brain. Yeah, it would definitely carry. And definitely I would have to say Norma.
Norma Miller, yes.
Definitely Norma. Definitely.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
Chester.
Yeah.
That's so amazing.
You know, because they were like, if you're gonna do this,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I want you to do. If you're in the
Of
art
course.
form, because you are, we as dancers can influence, we can make things happen for the
Mm-hmm.
next generation.
Mm-hmm.
All these dancers, we sit back and they left a legacy. They're like a record. You leave a
Yeah.
record, see?
Yeah.
And a trend of life, you know, of art.
Yes.
You know, we're living, breathing art.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
that captures the moment of that time in essence.
Yeah, absolutely. That's
Mhm.
so true. Oh my God, that's so important. What advice would you give young artists whether, you know, I mean, art is so similar, whether they want to be a painter or an actor or a dancer, or what advice would you give them for those people that are starting?
For starting, okay, I will always say, learn the craft. Learn what you like to do. Learn what you love the most.
Yeah.
Learn it, train it, master it,
Wow.
execute it, meaning perform it,
Yeah.
and then pass it on.
And pass it on. Wow, Chester,
Because
that's
that's the only way it's going to live. You know,
absolutely.
you got to have that time for you to live and express. And while you're learning it, you're learning what you could do, what you can, because it's two elements.
Yeah,
We work for the art, and that's what they say. We got to pay our dues and everything. You know,
exactly.
but when you get to a point, the art has to work for you,
Yeah.
because now you are part of the art, and the art is part of you.
Oh my God, I love that. I love
That's how
that.
it
That's so powerful. Wow,
so.
that's I'm so excited about this. I can't wait for people to hear it. So what's next for Chester? What do you have coming up? I mean, I know
What's next for me?
yes.
Dun, 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 dun. What's next? Well, Beatrice, this is what is next for me. It's the same thing I do every day. What are we gonna do? We're gonna control the world. Begin to be, whatever they call it. Pinky in the brain, yes, pinky in the brain.
Yes. Yes.
What do we think about doing? What else we do? That's all we do. Think about controlling the world.
Uh,
I, I,
do you have any let me
no,
do you have any projects? I mean, I know a lot of things got postponed because of what we're going through right now.
oh, you ain't jiving. It's crazy.
It's
It's
crazy.
crazy. But
But
don't let it stop you.
of
I don't let none of that
course.
stop. No, no,
Yes.
no. I do have something,
Okay.
and I'm quite sure we're all gonna get out of it,
Mm-hmm.
out of this madness stuff. But
Yes.
we just gotta stay, keep ourselves together, and watch out for the
Mm-hmm.
unexpected, the craziness, but keep yourself together. Definitely, I had my main goal is to expand to, believe it or not, go back to what I started from as a filmmaker,
Oh wow. Okay.
but utilizing that from the filmmaker that opened the doors that got me into the dance. I'm
Okay.
going to get the dance to open up the film and get them
Wow.
and merge them both together and start opening jobs for dancers and getting musicals back out there again.
Oh,
That would
nice.
be great. Tell stories through the dance, get the music up back again.
Of
We got
course.
so many great dancers, but they need to be utilized in a certain fashion. And I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
it could be done, you know.
Absolutely.
So that's
Absolutely.
one of my major goals.
Oh,
Yes.
that's so wonderful, Chester. Yeah.
Gotta tell them get there.
Of course. Yes. Yes. It's so amazing. You know, I'm so glad that we had a chance to have this conversation because people are always wondering. People are always so
Yeah.
curious about you because you've had such an amazing career and you're such a multi-talented person. I mean, not only do you choreograph and dance, but you're also a musician and you direct your band. So it's like it's amazing. And then you also do film and you do martial arts.
Yeah, I love having fun with that. Gotta make it happen.
Of course. So how can people find you? Because once I put this up, I'm gonna be putting the links and everything. But is there something that you want to say? If
Uh,
people want to take classes from you, or if they want to see your videos, if they want to be, you know, see what you do as a choreographer, as a filmmaker, where can they go?
well, right now, I mean, well, I'm still got Facebook, but
Yes.
if the Facebook is filled up, do not worry, because there is a fan base behind the Facebook. You can catch me on the fan base. I'm on back.
Exactly.
You can always messenger me that,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and look that up, because it will be a thing out there posting that will have several shows out.
Okay.
There'll be several, like a Zoom. I just finished all hip hop thing in the UK
Oh, how
at
nice.
with Zoom. I did and it was very fun. And then I
Okay.
did Frankie Manny's birthday about 3 weeks ago,
Oh
and it came
yeah.
out, and it was very good. I had a very good audience, about
Oh,
300,
that's amazing.
300 viewers
Oh wow, that's
all over the
amazing.
world. and I'm working on several things. I'm about to getting stations to make creative dance shows for
Okay.
television or on the internet. I'll hopefully get my own channel again, because if I get my own channel again, that means I can do concerts, live
Yeah,
concerts,
live
you know,
concerts. Yeah.
dance and stuff, the ballet, from the jazz, tap, to the folk. I mean, you name it. We
Oh,
got to
that's
get it. I mean,
amazing.
and
That's amazing.
get different people together and
Uh-huh.
utilizing them and putting it together. I think
Of
that'd be
course,
hot.
of course. Yeah, absolutely. So now everybody heard, you
Hmm.
heard it from the master. So now you guys know how to get in contact with him. I'm
Hmm.
also going to be posting his links on this video at the end so that
Yes.
everyone can be in touch with you. Chester, I am so grateful that you did this. I'm so excited to
Yeah.
be sharing this
Oh,
with the world.
oh, I'm glad. Hey, hey,
Yes, I
hey.
mean, it's so important. I think a lot of people, especially outside the US, they have this idea of dance and they have this
Hmm.
idea of what dance from the US looks like. And I want to
Hmm.
start changing that because throughout my career here in the United States, I have met so many people and so many different types of dancers and so many different
Hmm.
types of choreographers. And unfortunately, what we see outside is just the main big companies, the major names,
Yes,
and outside of that, so I want to start showing the world what we have, like all the other things that we have happening here.
it's a lot. It's a
It's a
lot
lot.
happen.
It's so
It's a lot.
much.
They don't know.
They don't know
They
exactly.
have one company there, but when you come in, you're not going to see just big companies. You're going to see medium-sized solos, trios. I mean,
Yes, we
there's
have
so much.
so much. We have so much. And so that's what I want. That's what I'm trying to do here with Dance in America. And I just
Okay.
feel so honored to have you as my first
Well,
guest,
I am
opening
glad,
this.
because you got to remember, and it's another thing. Like I said, I know we have limited time, but I'm
Yes,
glad to be a part of it, because when I first started dancing with all those masters,
yes,
I started. Everybody else was wanted a dance company, and I didn't have a dance guy. I was a soloist, which
yes,
evolved into my first dance company
yes,
in 1980. And
yes.
we, for 15 years, went around the world, represented the United States. It
Hmm.
was the Black Ballet Jazz,
Nice. Oh,
and we went
beautiful.
around the world 27 times.
That's amazing.
I
That's
mean, you
amazing.
name it. You name the
You guys
country, we
went
were
everywhere.
there.
Yeah.
We were there. Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, Spain. I mean, Japan, Korea, you name it.
Yeah.
We were
That's
there.
how we have that rumor started that you're my dad.
See? You see?
Somewhere in South America.
I was in South America. You go in there, you look in there, research, you see pictures of me.
Yes. I love it, Chester. Well, and I
See,
want
you tell the people, don't steal my step. See? That's my step. It's too fast. You can't get it.
it's too fast, you can get it. Yes. Oh, that I'm so glad people are gonna. A lot of people. I'm hoping that a lot of people see this interview and they see the amazing, beautiful energy that you have. And I have to tell you here in person, one of the things that I have loved about you is how much love you give to your dancers and how you work with them, especially I came from this ballet world where things were really, sometimes they were so stressful and it would take the fun out of dancing, and you just make it so much fun, and even if the rehearsals are so long, you make it so enjoyable because of that beautiful way of being that you have, and that's something that is amazing.
Yeah,
You
you gotta.
inspire people, you build them up, and that's something that is so great about you.
Oh, gotta keep it going. Got to keep it going. Got to.
Yes,
That's a
yes, you
must.
inspire others to dance and you inspire them to continue dancing forever, and I love
Okay.
that.
I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna come out with a ballet show.
Okay.
I'm gonna come. Dun, 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 dun.
Oh,
I'll
Chester.
work it out. I'll work it out. It'll be
Yes,
nice.
of
Watch.
course. I know you will. You always fulfill all your dreams and ideas that you want to work on. Yes, absolutely.
It's gonna be fun.
Chester. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I'm sure that I'm hoping people will have questions. Of course, if I start getting questions from people, I will forward them to you so that you can be in touch. If we need to do a second interview, we will,
Okay.
to expand
Okay.
more. And
It'll be fun.
yeah, but thank you so much for this, Chester.
No problem.
And
No problem.
And
Okay.
thank you so much for the magazine article. I
Oh,
mean,
do you
what
got
you
that
said,
article? Oh, you
yes.
got that article? Oh my God. I knew it was coming out, but I didn't know how did
Oh
it come.
my God. And when I read it, I gave you a shout out because it's like she wrote a huge thing about me.
Wow.
But
Ooh.
it looks so beautiful, huh?
Oh wow, she did a good job. Wow.
Yes. And then, but what I said in you know, when I was doing the video to thank everyone, I love that you said that you stole me.
I did. I had
Yes,
to.
you did.
I had to. I said, what's she doing in that class? She should be with my class.
She should be with
And
me.
they'll be right with me. And my friend said, what you gonna do? I said, watch this. You see. You see. He said, what you? I said, don't worry about it. You'll see. And then when he came to rehearsal, they saw you. You got her in your class. They said, I told you I was gonna get her.
Chester. Well, I have to tell you, it changed my life because of that. It did because of that decision that you made. It opened so many things for me, you know, like even though I'm Colombian, I had disconnected. Like I always tell people, I had disconnected from my African roots. And then it was through the history of Black dance in America and working with you guys that I reconnected back to my roots.
That's good.
You know?
That's good.
So it was beautiful. I mean, I didn't see it at the moment, but now a few years later, I'm able to see what that did.
We'll go back there. We're gonna go back there. We're gonna go back there.
Yes.
For real. I'm working.
We have to do it.
Oh, you know, I'm working on a television. I got a television station right now. I'm working on that.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
Perfect. Get ready for all those Colombian people.
Yeah, okay, that's good. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, Chester. Well, my Zoom meeting says that it's going to end pretty soon. I don't know if you want to go live on Facebook to let people know what we just did. Kind of to give them a
If you
preview.
want me to
We can do
a
that.
quick preview, I can do
Okay,
that.
so
Tell me what I do.
let me disconnect from Zoom now, and then I'm gonna go live on Facebook, and then I will invite you to come in.
Okay, okay.
All
You got it.
All right, Chester. Thank you so much. Mwah. I'll see you in a few minutes.
Okay, bye-bye.